guys, so in today's video I'm wearing glasses because I like to wait until I have no more contacts left before I place my contact order, which, you know, I really shouldn't do. I never learned. So we're just gonna put up with the glare in this part of the video. Anyways, if you've been watching my vlogs, which I thank you guys so much for all your positive feedback, it has been so much fun for me and I'm so happy you guys have been loving them. I mentioned like last week that I wanted to do a video which is basically gonna be my everyday look using only drugstore products. I know that I use a lot of high-end makeup products from Sephora and MAC. Sometimes you just don't want to go spend $50 on a highlighter or a foundation, which I totally get. So I challenged myself to do a makeup look which is pretty much identical to my everyday makeup look, but just wearing drugstore makeup. So I went to Walmart and I was perusing the aisles and I chose some new makeup. But what I learned while I was makeup shopping is that I actually use a lot of drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup can be just as good as high-end makeup, if not better, and there's so many amazing options. I know when I started YouTube, drugstore makeup was kind of like, they're really upping their game, so it's really fun to go and try new things. I got a lot of questions about what brushes I use, and I've been using the Royal and Langnickel brushes. They're super high quality, and when you pick one up, they feel like a really substantial brush. They don't feel like they're gonna fall apart or the ferrule will come apart, and they're incredibly soft. A lot of times black bristle hair brushes, at least in my opinion, are a little bit coarse. They feel like, I don't know, like beetle legs on your face, but the Royal and Langnickel brushes are very, very soft, very high quality, are amazing at blending, and they're exclusively the brushes I've been using lately. So I will include a link to all the products used and all the brushes I use, as well as a list of all the everything like usual. But I just wanted to tell you guys that you do not have to spend a fortune to look good. You can still be ballin' on a budget. I can't believe I just said that. I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. So to start off with my completely drugstore makeup tutorial, I'm going to start off by using this Nivea Men's Sensitive Skin Aftershave Balm. I'm going to use this as my primer. I know what you're thinking, and my sister actually bought it, and it does make your skin look really, really nice. You don't need a lot. It smells really, really good. It's very gentle on skin. It makes you smell like a sexy man, which I don't mind. So the next thing I'm going to be using is my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. The only reason why I didn't buy a drugstore primer was just because I just bought this and I found it wasteful to purchase another drugstore primer. But if you do want to get a drugstore primer, Rimmel's is apparently really good, and so is Milani's. As I was walking the aisles of Walmart, I was like, it's going to be so hard to find a good eyeshadow, and honestly, finding a good bronzy eyeshadow was a little bit harder than I thought. But then I remembered that I bought this, the Nudes palette by Maybelline, like back when it first came out, like the first time I visited Sierra. I had never used it. I remembered I had this, so I was like, okay, great. For my eyeshadow, I'll be using the Royal and Langnickel BX80 brush. I really like the feeling of these brushes. I don't know, they just feel really nice. I'm going to be taking the bronze color here, and I'm going to be mixing them to make a little bit of a darker bronze color. And this eyeshadow brush seriously picks up color so easily. What I like about this palette is that they're not orangey. I find a lot of drugstore bronzy eyeshadows can look kind of like orangey. And I'm going to take my Royal and Langnickel BX95 brush. I love this brush for working with your crease. It's so firm. I'm going to take the darker color right underneath, right here, and just apply it where I want it in the crease. I'm going to go ahead and blend with the same BX80 brush. I find that these eyeshadows have a lot more fallout, which is annoying. And this is why I do my eyeshadow first, because I don't want fallout all over my concealer and everything. As you guys know, I love the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. I will probably always be obsessed with that, but this is the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer. I got the color light medium, and it is a pretty good drugstore concealer. I never really liked drugstore concealers just because I felt like they never covered anything. But this is a really good one compared to most I've tried. So I'm just taking my finger and applying it under my eye. And I just applied self-tanner, so it will look a little bit bright. And then on your blemishes, we all have them. Now it's time for foundation, and I raved and raved about this during the summer. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. And this is seriously probably the best drugstore foundation I have ever tried. But my color right now is in 310 Sun Beige. I have a bunch of them just because I like to mix them. Everyone I've ever recommended this to, they've all come back and told me, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so good on my face. It's lightweight. I tried it, and then I was like, why am I spending $70 on YSL foundation when I can spend $7 and get this? Now I'm taking my BX20 brush. This is a really good foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend in my foundation. As always, I like to bring it down my neck. I'm always so paranoid of having like a foundation line. Whenever we get in the car, I'm like, Mike, do I have a foundation line? But what I like about this brush is that it's very easy to blend your foundation and it's not super like hard packed. I'm used to foundation brushes being like very intense, but this, it just, you know, blends in so nicely. I just realized I do need to wax my upper lip though. I haven't waxed it since I filmed my video. So if you want to know how I wax my upper lip for cheap, check out my video. Then to set my under eyes, I take my NYX HD finishing powder on a BX10 brush. This is a really nice brush, not only for contouring, but for underneath your eyes. I love this powder. And now we are going to move on to eyes. Again, I'm using my Tweezerman eyelash curler just because I've had this for years and I don't think I need to go out and buy an eyelash curler just for the purpose of this video. I have used the e.l.f. eyelash curler in the past. It's a really good eyelash curler and it's like only $1 around, I think. But I'm just going to use what I have, and then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Line Stiletto liquid eyeliner. This is my favorite liquid eyeliner ever. I love the handle. It's super black, and honestly, one of these lasts me forever. I don't know if it's sanitary, but I've never had any issues. But seriously, best eyeliner ever. And for mascara, of course, I'm using my all-time favorite mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes Excess. I get so many comments from you guys being like, I tried that mascara and I love it. It's seriously the best. I don't get why people spend like over $30 on mascara when this exists. I actually finished my mascara and liner on my eyes, and I also went ahead and did my eyebrows just because I've done my eyebrows so many times on camera and I have a full tutorial which I will link down below. Whew, I'm out of breath. I went to run downstairs and get the bronzer. Anyways, I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz in this video just because I don't have my NYX Micro Brow. And as you guys know, I did work with NYX, and my eyebrows are on their displays at Jean Couture's in Quebec. I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about that eyebrow product because I think it's a great, more affordable dupe for my favorite Anastasia Brow Wiz. I will link my color and the product down below. It is a really great dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz at a fraction of the price. It's basically the exact same thing. The formulation's a little bit different. Even though I didn't use it in this video, that would be the product I would use. Since, again, I don't want to go out and spend unnecessary money since I just got this, that is the product that I would use. I am so out of breath. That's ridiculous. For bronzer, I decided to try the NYC Big Bold Bronzer. It was around $5. It's a really nice brown color, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on how I normally put on bronzer. So I will be using one of my favorite brushes, the BX10 I love for this purpose, and just using the tip of it. It's very, very pigmented. Sucking in my cheeks. I like to smush it and make it a little bit more thin for when I go on my nose. So I just blend that in a little. I think I have a kind of a big forehead, so I always like to do that. And then, of course, under your chin. I'm really impressed with this bronzer. It's very, very brown. It's actually a little bit darker than the bronzer I'm used to, but I think it gives you a really nice look without being orange. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with this NYC bronzer. I feel like highlighting is also a little tricky at the drugstore because there's not many good options. At least from what I saw, there weren't many options that were similar to the highlighters that I like to use by Becca or Dior. I had heard Marnie, Miss Gold Girl, talk about this, and it's the So Big Bronzer by Hard Candy, and it's called Tiki. And this, I don't feel like it would even be a bronzer for like my friend Nikki. I'm going to take the same brush just because I really like the shape, and I'm just going to tap the brush in and get enough product, and then in circular motions just highlight the cheekbone and a little down the nose. I like to take a little bit of my highlighters and put them on my lip. Once I have bronzer and everything everywhere, I like to just take this big brush. This is a big, heavy honker of a brush, and it is called the BX00. And when I say that this is like huge but super good quality, like I mean it. So then I just lightly dip it in to the bronzer, tap off the excess, maybe do a little like circle on my leg. I just want to blend everything on my face to make it look a little bit more natural. So now that my makeup is pretty much done, I'm going to go ahead and use my lip liner. No look of mine to be complete without lip liner. NYX and Milani are probably my favorite brands for drugstore lip liner. They're very, very high quality. They have a great like color selection. I will list all my favorites down below, but I'm just going to be using NYX Mauve today. I found this lipstick that I really like, and it's by Rimmel, and it's number 42. So this is pretty much my everyday drugstore makeup look. I get so many questions from people who are saying I can't go to Sephora and spend that much money, or I don't want to spend that much money, and I totally get it because sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to spend $60 on a highlighter, even though sometimes I do. I hope you guys enjoy this look. I know so many people were waiting for it, and I think this is fun. I just wanted to show you that you can get my everyday look that I wear every day for a fraction of the price. I would love it if you told me your drugstore favorites in the comments down below. I always want to try new drugstore favorites. You guys know me so well, so if you know of anything that you think I would like or anything that reminds you of me, definitely let me know. And let me know if you think that this is a good look, and if you think that I look pretty much like I do when I wear my high-end everyday makeup. Hope you're having a great day or night depending on when you're watching this, and I will talk to you soon.